You're tuned to Warsaw. Welcome to High Notes Music Magazine. Your host is Elżbieta Krajewska. In this program, Break-In Classic, a new festival on the map of summer festivals in Poland, one which takes its cue from classics, but in an atmosphere that's more pop concert than concert hall, with a contemporary take on classical music which plays with different genres and top world artists, invited by the duo of artistic directors Jakub Józef Orliński, the countertenor, and pianist-composer Aleksander Dębicz. The Palace and Park at Otwock Wielki is an astonishingly beautiful place for a festival venue. Agnieszka Wajda, director of the National Museum in Warsaw, invites.
The Palace of Bieliński's family is a department of the National Museum in Warsaw. We present here in the interiors of the former residence the collection of Ignacy Jan Paderewski, a famous composer, pianist, prime minister, who, by the way, is one of the fathers of the Polish independence. The National Museum in Warsaw has also a rich collection of the instruments, among them a piano of the 19th century, of the first half of the 19th century, which should be renovated. So we tried to combine the idea of the promotion of the instruments of our collections and of the department of the National Museum in Warsaw here in Otwock Wielki. A year ago, at the moment of the vernissage, the opening of the collection here, and Jakub Józef Orliński accepted our invitation. Then we discussed the idea of a 3 days festival in August. The artistic directors of the festival are Jakub Orliński and Aleksander Dębicz.
That also speaks a bit about the idea of the festival, the title of which is Break-In Classic, that it looks to the future of culture and classics.
We want to show the young public that culture is for everybody, and the classical music is not serious as we think sometimes. It's open, and we want to break the convention. That's why the concerts will be played, presented in plein air, in open air.
Do we know anything about the music which your guests will be singing?
So there are very different artists who dare to interpret the classical music in a new way as well. So there are the artists who created the program, the programmation of the festival. So it's unconventional for sure, and there are many surprises, and there are also some events accompanying the musical activities, because we will show our collection and the palace, the interiors, and the history of this residence.
And of course, you're very excited to be seeing the first edition of a festival on the map of all the festivals in Poland.
Jakub Orliński was inspired by some French festivals organized in open air, very popular among wide public. So between 15th and 17th of August, all the public is invited to the Palace of Otwock Wielki.
It's a place which actually is very little known. It's about 30 kilometers out of Warsaw. So do you think this is also going to help promote this absolutely stunning palace and park?
Yes, we hope so. We want to attract more public. We want to make famous also Ignacy Jan Paderewski, whose philanthropic act is very important for the National Museum in Warsaw.
Do we know if he ever played on the piano which you will be renovating, or does it perhaps have connections with Chopin?
No, not at all. It's not related to the pianist. It's of the first half of the 19th century. But we have also many private objects, items of Ignacy Jan Paderewski in our collection.
My name is Jakub Józef Orliński and I'm a countertenor.
Countertenor and now artistic director of a brand new festival here at Otwock Wielki.
Yeah, I have to say, I still cannot believe that I'm a director already. It's a new function for me. It's quite exciting, I have to say. It's a lot of work. I have to admit that it's really, really a lot of work. But fortunately, I'm not the only director. I'm sharing this position with my dear friend Alexander Dębić. So I think we are holding up quite well.
How does one transfer from being the, enfant terrible of the Baroque to a serious directoring position?
I have to say it was quite smooth because, to be fair, as a singer, I really kind of do a lot of things. I produce my programs. I kind of organize so many things in my career with my manager. Of course, he's the best, but I have to constantly deal with things, to organize them, to make them happen, like with my programs that I record with my fantastic label Warner Classics and Nerato. But because of that, I think I have quite an experience of being quite an organized person, and especially with Alexander, who helps me also with all of that, and we complement each other with all of the things. We note a lot of stuff. We constantly are on the phone. This is quite funny because we are kind of very alive artists. I mean, we constantly perform. So our work as directors starts from 10 p.m., 11 p.m., sometimes midnight, where we have actually time to have a call and discuss certain things about the festival. So it's a lot, but it's beautiful. It brings a lot of satisfaction. Now we had the press conference, and that was super exciting for me to actually see that it's gonna happen. It's really gonna happen.
You must have been very excited when you first came here, and then you had the offer to start organizing a thing like this.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was just kind of incredible to sing the concert here last year and see all of those people in front of me being sat down in those chairs. But then because of the weather, it was so hot, they started laying down on the grass, and to see them being sort of like the Baroque figures, laying down on the grass, kind of chilling with this music, I thought wow, this is so beautiful. And let's continue, let's make something different, let's make a bigger concert. And then out of that, we came up with the idea, and we got the offer basically to make a full festival. So we are very, very happy, very proud, and very, excited that it's gonna happen. And we are bringing so many great artists to present them to not only Polish public, but to a lot of people.
How did you come up with the title? I mean, Break-in Classic, for me, the original association would be Taming Classics, but I don't think that's the way.
Yeah, I mean, we are playing with this, and it was not a long process of finding the title, because we knew actually that we created already the program Let's Baroque, which was Let's Rock, and it's not about rock and roll. It's let's rock, let's have fun, let's enjoy. And of course, with Baroque being the Baroque music, so we are doing the covers of Baroque songs, Baroque arias, using the modern instruments. And that was sort of the initial beginning of creating the title, sort of like our program Let's Baroque, because that was sort of the place where we jumped off from there. And then it's just kind of break in classic, break from, let's say, classical music, but not only because we just want to present the best quality of classical music, but breaking the convention of it, or breaking the conservative thoughts about classical music. But also, when you say it fast, breaking classic, you have breaking, which is breakdance, to have fun, to play with it, to dance with it. And then break from basically the city, to have the break itself for yourself, to enjoy something. So there are a lot of things that we are thinking of when we speak about break in classic.
Breakdance is your thing.
Yeah,
we're used to Wagnerians doing weightlifting, but I think you're a first with breakdance, aren't you?
I do think so. My manager actually once checked it, and I think I'm the first one. I think there was an acrobat. There was an acrobat who was a singer, but I am the first breakdancer.
Did that in any way help your inspiration for the artists or for the lineup for the Break-in Festival?
I have to say that both me and Alexander, we travel a lot. We really do travel a lot. We see artists all over the world, and we get inspired. For me, it was not even stressful, because I knew right away. We had a first meeting, and I was okay, this artist, this, and that, and pa. And he was oh my gosh, those are fantastic offers. But and of course, why I said few artists that Alexander was nope, Nope. But at the same time, he offered quite a lot, and we already kind of building this edition, the first edition of the festival. We already have the lineup for the second one and probably for the third one, because we have so many people that we see like kind of appearing here very naturally and organically and contributing to this place and to our festival. That like it's gonna be fun to see it coming.
Any ideas for what you will want to sing? Things what you haven't done yet?
There are quite a lot. This festival is actually the beginning of something new, because this is, of course, the new thing of a new function and a new sort of structure. But I think we will use this platform to showcase not only our new programs, but also programs of other people that will be in the future maybe built especially for us, especially for this festival.
Thank you so much for this conversation. Thank you. And looking forward greatly. It's a wonderful place. In Warsaw, we don't really realize we have such a jewel not far, like 20 kilometers?
Exactly. It's super close by, and I did not know it. And I live in Warsaw for my
me
whole
too.
life. So it is great, and I hope a lot of people will discover it like I discovered it.